Hey there everyone, and welcome to Bill's Retro Gaming Show. On today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the latest pinball machine announced by Multimorphic Pinball. This particular machine was originally announced several months ago, but Multimorphic have finally lifted back the covers to give us our first full look at it. Is it everything fans in the movie hoped it would be, or is it absolutely, totally, and in all other ways,
inconceivable?
Alright everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscription button, click the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I put up a new video, give this one a thumbs up, and leave a comment below if you want to be part of the conversation. So today what we're looking at is the Princess Bride Pinball from Multimorphic Pinball. Now this was announced several months ago. There have been teasers and hints leading up to today when they would make the big full announcement and reveal the final look at this pinball machine that is going to come in a couple of different varieties. Now Multimorphic is very interesting because they design pinball machines that are kind of a hybrid between virtual pinball and real pinball, but I'll get into a little bit of that as we go along. Let's start with this. Let's take a look at their website. All right, so here we go. This is a look at Multimorphic's website, and they've finally given us our first full official look at what this Princess Bride pinball machine is going to look like. Now this is actually going to come in three different varieties. There's going to be a standard edition, a limited edition, and a collector's edition, very similar to how Stern does these things, and each one will go up, increasing in price. But let's just kind of go over this and talk about it a little bit. Now, what makes Multimorphic different from, say, Stern or some of these other companies that also put out pinball machines? So Multimorphic makes what are basically hybrid pinball machines. They're a cross between a virtual pinball machine and a real pinball machine, where what you have is you have an upper playfield that is a mechanical pinball machine and a lower playfield that's virtual. And what this does is it allows you to swap out games. So on the virtual side, it's all software based, so you just have to download new software and you've got a brand new pinball machine. Now on the upper playfield, as you can see here in their video, you can actually swap it out to play a completely different game. So if you buy something like, say, the Princess Bride, even though the artwork will all be themed for the Princess Bride, you could actually download completely different games to play on the virtual side of this and swap out the upper playfield with a different game and make your own pinball machine. And it looks like you can actually swap the side art on it as well on their standard one. I don't know if that's true for the specially branded ones. But let's get into more about the actual Princess Bride one and see what that looks like. Alright, so this is the trailer that they just dropped for their Princess Bride pinball machine. This is available on YouTube. It's also on the Multimorphic website. I will have a link in the description below to this particular video so you can check it out for yourself. And you can see what the action going on in the upper playfield, which is the mechanical part of the game itself. And then again, in the lower part, they'll get into that in a second, is the virtual part of it. Now, these are the three different options. You have a standard edition, which looks like this. You have a limited edition, which comes with an interactive topper on it as well. And here's that topper. You can see how it changes colors as it goes through, like the book. And then there's the collector's edition, also has that topper and some different side art. It's got that sword on the side of it, which looks pretty cool next to the flipper buttons. So you've got a couple of different options on which one you want to purchase. Now here's a look again at some of the play action with that lower play field that is all virtual, and the upper part of the play table, which is all, again, mechanical like that. So you can see how it does different things as you play through on it. Again, for pinball purists who want a total mechanical one, this might not be something of interest. But, and for those who want total virtual, again, it kind of skirts the line there, but it is kind of an interesting concept if you want something that you could probably, swap out and change out for probably less money than purchasing a whole other pinball machine and only have one machine taking up, space in your room. So getting back to the machine itself, here is a look at the standard edition version of it. You can see the different artwork on it here. You've got the speakers with the artwork here, and this is also an LCD, which will change as you play through. So it'll play videos, it'll change the look of it, which again is something that will come into play if you decide to swap this out for a different game. But real quickly, I'll go over the 3 different versions and the 3 options. Again, this is the standard version. You can put a $2,000 deposit down on it starting today, and it looks like these are going to ship sometime this summer. The full price on this is going to be $11,500. Next up, they have the limited edition version, which is going to be a $2,500 deposit today for a total price of $12,750. Looking a little closer at that, you can see the different artwork that it has, plus it includes that topper. And then finally, you've got the collector's edition, $3,000 deposit for a full price of $13,750. And again, this one comes with different artwork, that topper, and you've got the swords on the side here. So also on their website, they have this chart which shows you the difference between the 3 options. And it looks like the standard edition is basically going to have an unlimited run to it. They're not saying how many of these they plan on making, but for the limited and collectors, you're limited to 750 or 500 respectively, depending on which one you want to purchase. Now beyond that, they also show some of the other differences between here, differences in artwork. The topper only comes with the limited and collectors version. And the collector's edition, being the most expensive, comes with the most extras, I guess. You get a collector's edition digital translate, bronze powder-coated legs and armor, decorative cabinet-mounted swords, a custom LCD frame back glass, custom launch buttons, a numbered plaque, signed certificate of authenticity, and printed limited edition translate. So you're getting, quite a bit of extra stuff for this. None of which really actually seems to impact how the game plays, more so how the game looks. Again, I think a little different from the way Stern does things, where when you go, limited and pro and premium and all those, there's differences in the play table and the way that the game actually plays. Here, for the most part, it's going to play the same regardless of which version you get. It's just the different artwork, the topper, and some of the extras that it comes with that you're paying the extra money for. Now, as I said in the beginning, with Multimorphic, you are able to swap things out and turn your pinball machine into a completely different game by swapping out the upper play table and downloading software for the lower virtual part of it. And they are going to be doing that with Princess Bride as well. So if you actually own a Multimorphic table already, you can purchase the ability to turn it into the Princess Bride version. That's going to be a $1,000 deposit, and it's going to be $3,750 total for the kit. So again, like I said, one of the good things about this, if you're into something like this, is the fact that you can swap it out and turn it into a completely different pinball machine for a lot less than actually buying the machine itself. Now, this is the standard edition. There is also a way to turn it into the limited edition version. Again, $1,000 deposit, $5,000 total on that one. Now, a couple of other notes. If you do buy this as a kit, it says that this game kit does not include any of the artwork for the Princess Bride cabinet. You can choose to add all or some of the standard edition artwork package to your order when your game kit is ready for shipping and your order is finalized. So again, that kit basically is just for that upper play table part to turn it into the Princess Bride version. It's not going to change the artwork on whichever one you have. Of course, they show the standard here, and it also wants people to realize that the Princess Bride is designed as a 4-flipper game and requires both left and right side target flipper assembly. New P3s come with both assemblies. P3s built prior to 2022 did not. So if you own a Multimorphic and you own one that was made prior to 2022, you might have to upgrade the flipper assembly on it as well if you wanted to get the Princess Bride one kit to add to yours. But there you have it. That is an official look at the Princess Bride pinball machine. It is up for pre-order now and is scheduled to release sometime this summer. So be on the lookout for that. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Is this something of interest to you? Do you like this idea of a multimorphic pinball machine that is half virtual and half real that you can swap out and make your own? I think it's an interesting concept. I think a lot of pinball purists are, more into like the Stern type machines that have a full-on mechanical play table to them. This, isn't really a full pinball machine, but it isn't really a full virtual one. It kind of skirts the line between the two. Again, it's interesting to me. It's an interesting concept. You know, I don't know. Again, not something I'm personally in the market for. I just like covering these because I'm really interested in pinball machines. I like to play them when I go to arcades and things like that. Not necessarily own one myself, but I like to cover this stuff for you guys who are interested in it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is this something of interest to you, or is this a hard pass? Is it a hard pass because you're not into Princess Bride? Is it a hard pass because you don't like this hybrid pinball type table? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And that's going to do it for this video. And with that, I guess there's really only one thing left to say.
Inconceivable!
You keep using the word. I do not think it means what you think it means.